Good morning friends and my dear children. Once again welcome back to our channel Perry's Study and Motivation. Okay. Now already it has been declared that the exams, board exams for CBSE class 10 has been cancelled. Then I find some of the children are in relaxing mood. But I don't think so. If you relax now, later it will become very difficult for you. Okay. So I request all the students to please keep concentration on your studies. Okay. Already there are many disturbances are there, but still we have to work. Okay. So until and unless we do hard work, no one can help us. Okay. The situations will not be like this for long time. Okay. You will get better days. Okay. The COVID situation will definitely change. Okay. But we are not supposed to neglect our studies. Right. Okay. So whatever it may be, we'll continue with the studies and we have to get motivated. Right. Okay. So this is Lalita Perry, your science teacher. Okay. Basically I teach chemistry. Right. So today I'm going to tell you about electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity. Okay. So let us learn about electron affinity. It is one of the topics in periodic classification of elements. We have learnt periodic properties. Those who have not watched my videos, previous videos, you can please watch the videos and kindly subscribe to my channel. Okay. So let us start with the topic. Right. So today's topic is what? Electron affinity. Electron affinity. Okay. Electron affinity. So what is meant by this? It is defined as the energy released when an electron is added to the valence shell of a neutral gaseous isolated atom. The energy released. Okay, now the energy released when an electron is added. When an electron is added, the energy released when an electron is added to the valence shell. Valence shell of a neutral gaseous isolated atom. Okay. So this is a very important property. It is like ease of accepting electrons. Okay. Which element is having the maximum ease of accepting an electron? Okay. So that tendency, you're calling it as what? Electron affinity. Right. So here I wrote it is energy released. If you are adding one electron to an atom, then energy will be released from the atom. Okay. Atom is like this with number of shells and nucleus. Okay. If you are adding an electron, if you are adding electron, okay, if you are adding an electron, then atom will release energy. Release energy. That energy, you are calling it as what? Electron affinity. Okay. Suppose if you are going to add only one electron, then energy will be released. But if you are going to add second electron also, okay, now to the same atom, if you are going to add second electron, then instead of releasing energy, the atom will absorb energy. Okay. That means what? I mean to say, if one electron is added, suppose an element M. Okay. Some element M. An element M is there. To that you added one electron. Okay. So that it becomes what? By adding a negatively charged particle, it becomes what? M minus ion. Means it forms one anion. Isn't it or not? So M minus ion. And here delta H means there will be change in energy, change in enthalpy. You're going to represent it with what? Delta H means what? The change in energy is represented with delta H. Here delta H is taken as electron affinity, EA1. EA means what? Electron affinity. In textbooks it will be given like EA, right? And negative sign is given here, which indicates that energy is released. Okay, negative sign. This negative sign indicates that energy is released. Who is releasing energy? Atom is releasing energy. Energy is released. Okay, and it is exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction, because release of energy. Release of energy means what? Exothermic, isn't it? So one electron, if it is added, it changes into M minus ion, one anion, and delta H is what? Change in energy. That change in energy is represented as what? EA, electron affinity. And negative sign indicates that the energy is released. It is exothermic reaction. Okay, suppose to this M minus ion, you are adding one more electron. Okay, if you are adding one more electron, second electron. Okay, now this is second electron you are adding. Okay, then it becomes what? M minus 2 ion. Here also delta H will be there. Delta H means what? Change in energy. Okay, heat content. Better we say enthalpy is the word used for that. Okay, so delta H becomes what? EA2, and it is positive. Okay, now it is positive. EA2 is positive. Okay, that means here energy is absorbed. Energy is what? Absorbed. That means what? It is endothermic reaction. Endothermic. EA1 is only exothermic. EA2 and EA3 if you go for, like even if third electron if it is added, then also it is endothermic reaction only. Okay, na, endothermic. Okay, same like that for EA3, what you are going to write? One more electron you are adding. To this M minus 2 ion, you are adding one more electron, third electron. Then it becomes what? M minus 3, and delta H, you are calling it as what? EA3, and this is also endothermic reaction. Okay, na? And this is also endothermic reaction. So only if one electron is added, okay, then only it is exothermic. Otherwise, it is endothermic reaction. Okay, so please remember this point. Note down. Sometimes they may ask these equations, right? You have to be very careful. Right. Now, coming to important things, that is factors affecting electron affinity. What are the factors which affect electron affinity? Okay, now factors affecting electron affinity. Okay, so what are the important factors which affect electron affinity of an atom? Okay, so let us learn about the factors. So as usual, whatever the factors which we have learned for understanding ionization energy, okay, the same factors will be affecting even for electron affinity also. Okay, so let us learn the factors affecting electron affinity. So first one is what? As usual, atomic size. Atomic size, okay, means size of the atom or atomic radius. Okay, so here you are adding electron to an atom. That's why, of course, based on the definition, it is energy released. But it is the ease of accepting electrons. See, all elements are not ready to accept electrons. Okay, now, suppose if you speak about metals, metals has a tendency to lose electrons. Okay, metals has the greatest tendency to lose electrons. If you are giving electron to it, it is not in a position to accept that electron. Okay, so the ease of accepting electrons, you call it as what? Electron affinity. Okay, so depending on atomic size and nuclear charge, okay, electron affinity is depending. Okay, so if size of the atom is less, first factor is what? Size of the atom. Okay, so if the size of the atom is less, okay, it will have the greater attraction will be there to the added electron towards the nucleus. See here, it is nucleus. If size is very less and you are adding electron, okay, you are adding electron to that. If size is very less, this nucleus tries to pull this electron towards itself, isn't it or not? Greater attraction will be there, stronger attraction will be there to the added electron. Okay, so if greater attraction is there, electron affinity, what happens? Electron affinity increases. Okay, if size is less, electron affinity is more. If size is more, electron affinity is less. Okay, okay, you have to write like this. If atomic size is less, if atomic size is less, okay, then electron affinity is more. Why? Because there will be a greater attraction for the added electron towards what? Nucleus. Okay, because attraction, because there will be a greater attraction, there will be a greater attraction. Okay, now there will be a greater attraction between what? Between nucleus and the incoming electron. Nucleus and incoming electron or added electron. Okay, so electron affinity, what happens? For size less, elements which are having less size, electron affinity is more. Okay, so you have to remember like this. Okay, so it depends on what? Atomic size. And similarly nuclear charge. If nuclear charge increases, then also atomic electron affinity increases. Second factor is what? Nuclear charge. Nuclear charge. Okay, if nuclear charge increases, electron affinity also increases. Okay, A also increases. If nuclear charge increases, electron affinity also increases, isn't it? Because there will be a greater attraction will be there between nucleus and the incoming electron. Okay, so you have to remember this point. And third important factor is electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Okay, third important and last factor is what? Electronic configuration. Already in ionization energy concept, we have learnt that elements which are having half filled and completely filled configurations are highly stable. Okay, so for them ionization energy is very high. Means energy required to remove electron was very high. Now you are adding electron to it. Okay, so here if you speak about electronic configuration, okay, better you say about 1A group and 2A group elements. Okay, they have almost zero tendency to accept electrons. Okay, depending on what? The number of valence electrons. Electronic configuration means what? The number of valence electrons. Okay, the number of valence electrons are already less in case of what? Alkali and alkaline earth metals. Okay, which are having NS1 and NS2 configurations. Please remember. Okay, here in this point you are going to write about stable configuration. Suppose 2A group elements. Okay, 2A group elements, completely filled configuration is there. NS2, isn't it? 2A group elements, alkaline earth metals. Okay, alkaline earth metals. Okay, and if you speak about inert gases, okay, noble gases which are having 8 electrons in their valence shell. Okay, so if you go for those two, right, if you go for inert gases and if you go for second A group elements, right? So for them, electron affinity values are considered to be positive values. Means positive values means what? Positive values means what? When delta H will be positive, okay, when delta H value will be positive only if it is going to absorb some energy, isn't it or not? Okay, you are going to give electron to an inert gas. Will that inert gas accept that electron? Never. It has almost zero tendency to accept that electron. Okay, until and unless you give me lot much energy, I will not accept that electron. It will say like that. If you give that electron to second A group elements, like alkaline earth metals, I just now told you, metals has a greater tendency to lose electrons. I don't want electron, it will say. And you are thinking to add electron to it. Will it accept? If it has to accept, you have to supply lot much energy to it. Okay, and that energy also you are calling it as what? Electron affinity only. I am saying here positive values. Sometimes they may ask question on this point. Okay, inert gases and what we call second A group elements will have positive values of electron affinity. Explain the statement. Means what you will say? It means that they have almost zero tendency to accept electron. Okay, because of what? Their stable configuration. Okay, now because of stable configuration, they are already stable. What it will do if it takes electron? Okay, it's of no use to that element, isn't it or not? So it won't accept electron, right? So these are the factors which affects electron affinity of any element, right? So now let us learn variation of electron affinity in groups and periods. Okay, variation of electron affinity in groups and periods. Variation of electron affinity in groups and periods. Variation of electron affinity in groups and periods. Suppose first if you speak about groups. Okay, so generally in a group from top to bottom, please remember group means vertical column. In a group from top to bottom, electron affinity decreases. Okay, in a group from top to bottom, this is general statement. In a group from top to bottom, electron affinity decreases. Okay, electron affinity decreases because size increases, isn't it or not? So there won't be any attraction between nucleus and the incoming electron. Okay, isn't it or not? So in a group from top to bottom, electron affinity what happens? Decreases. Okay, but here you have to understand one very important point where questions will be asked. As just now I said, general statement, in a group from top to bottom, electron affinity decreases. Okay, like suppose if you take 50 group elements. See, this is a tendency which is possessed mostly by non-metals only, not by metals. Metals generally don't have this electron affinity point. They are not much electron affinity. They don't have. Okay, as just now I said, they have zero tendency to accept electrons. So we must speak about what? Non-metals. So 50 group elements if you take, you will find non-metals in that. Okay, so what are those elements? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Okay, and in the same way if you go for 6A group elements, you will find non-metals. Here also you will find non-metals. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Okay, if you go for 7th A group elements, halogens, 7th A group elements, halogens. Okay, what are those? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Okay, so now what I said, down the group, electron affinity decreases. Okay, down the group, electron affinity decreases. Please remember this point. as just now I told. But one important thing, these all are what? Second period elements. Second period elements. Okay, and these are what? Third period elements. Third period elements. Now if you have a comparison between the elements of second period and third period, like if you compare between nitrogen and phosphorus, or oxygen and sulfur, fluorine and chlorine, if you observe the electron affinity values of these two elements in that same group, okay, fluorine is less electronegative than chlorine. But what I said, electron affinity should decrease. That means chlorine should have less electron affinity than fluorine, according to this statement. But you compare the elements of second and third periods. Okay, if you compare the elements of second and third period elements, okay, fluorine is less electron affinity, having less electron affinity than chlorine. EA of fluorine is lesser than chlorine. Okay, similarly, EA of oxygen is lesser than sulfur. EA of nitrogen is less than phosphorus. This is an exceptional case. You will be getting questions on this point. You have to be very careful with this. Electron affinity of chlorine, third period elements, is greater than that of second period elements. What might be the reason for this? See, if you go for third period elements, okay, third orbit is also filled, isn't it? Third orbit is also filled. Okay, and you are adding electron, means that added electron will go to third orbit only. Third orbit itself is the last orbit. Okay, now the added electron will go to third orbit only. Okay, listen carefully what I am saying. Fluorine up to second orbit only electrons are filled. How many will be there? 2s2 2p5 is the configuration for fluorine. Second orbit. Okay, only 7 electrons are already filled. Okay, now 7 electrons in second orbit. 7 electrons are already filled. They are there. And you are giving one more electron extra to it. Okay, isn't it or not? One more electron extra to it. Okay, and size is very less. Size is very, very less. Okay, so nuclear attraction is more. Size is very less. Nuclear attraction is more. Isn't it? Nuclear attraction is very high. Then what happens? There will be lot many repulsions between the incoming electron. Okay, now incoming electron gets repelled by the electrons which are already there in the second orbit of fluorine. Please understand carefully. That means fluorine cannot have ease of accepting that incoming electron. Okay, now fluorine is already heavily loaded and less size. Please understand the point carefully. Size is very less. Size is very less. Okay, second orbit totally already 7 electrons are there. Okay, nuclear attraction is very high. So because of this, what happens? The incoming electron undergoes repulsions. Okay, because of less size, more nuclear attraction, all these. Okay, so because of this reason, this fluorine cannot have much ease to accept that incoming electron. Okay, it has to overcome lot many repulsions between the incoming electrons and the electrons which are already there in the second orbit. Isn't it or not? Okay, but it is not the case with chlorine. Chlorine size is big. Third orbit is also filled. So nuclear attractions are less. Okay, even if it is accepting electron. Okay, even if one electron is added also, it can accept that electron with happiness. Happily it can accept that electron. Okay, so because repulsions won't be there in case of what? Chlorine. Why? Because its size is big comparatively with the size of fluorine. Third orbit is filled away from nucleus attraction. So happily it can accept electron. Isn't it or not? So elements of second period will have less electron affinity in comparison with elements of third period. Okay, so from here to here it will increase, and after that it keeps decreasing. Okay, now after that means after third period elements. After third period elements from fourth period onwards it keeps decreasing because of increase in size. Okay, nuclear attraction won't be there, tendency to accept electrons decreases. Okay, so please remember this point. Okay, so this question they'll ask compulsorily, why chlorine has more electron affinity than fluorine. Okay, so this is very important. The incoming electron undergoes what? Repulsions. Okay, incoming electron undergoes repulsions. In case of third period elements, please remember to write the answer like this. In case of third period elements, okay, incoming electron undergoes what? Repulsions. Incoming electron undergoes repulsions. Okay, now, so because of repulsions, it cannot accept, elements of second period cannot accept electrons easily. Okay, then third period elements only can accept electrons easily, right? So this is very important point. Okay, and next, now moving on to variation of electron affinity in periods. So in periods from left to right, electron affinity increases. In a period from left to right. Okay, in a period from left to right, electron affinity increases. In a period from left to right, electron affinity increases. Okay, you are all seeing most of the non-metals has been located in the extreme left, right of the periodic table, isn't it or not? In the right of the periodic table, in the extreme right, what are located? Non-metals are located. I told you that electron affinity is the general tendency which is possessed by whom? Non-metals only. Most of the non-metals will have the tendency to accept electrons, ease of accepting electrons. Okay, so it increases from left to right. Okay, so this is very important point. And element with highest electron affinity is what? Element with highest electron affinity is chlorine. Highest EA value is chlorine. This is very important point. They will be asking in the objectives. Okay, so this is all about what? Electron affinity concept. Okay, so please recall these concepts. Please write and practice. I'm going to stop the video up to here. Okay, and keep learning. Don't think that especially students of CBSE, okay, don't think that as exams are not there we can relax. Okay, any decision may be taken by the government, by the board people anytime. So you have to keep learning continuously. Okay, so if you keep learning continuously, it will be for your betterment only. Okay, your hard work is your superpower. Thanks for watching. Bye.